Good morning. Good morning, YouTube people. Hey, welcome everybody back. It's Sunday morning, 10:19. Huh. Oh, yes. What a glorious freaking Sunday this is going to be. As you can see in my title, I got The Devil is a Liar. Oh, man. Where do I begin? Where do I say? I'm going to give people time enough to get up in the chat and to get settled in. And I'm going to let loose. I had another channel that I was going to be letting loose on, but sometimes you got to go with the flow and get it in where you fit in, as they say. Uh, I'm not going to bite my tongue about shit in this world. I'm not going to bite my tongue about the devil always being busy at work, you know, even here on these damn YouTube streets. So there it is. All right, Miss Jay Dunn. Yeah, I called out your name, dear. I see you were up there giving your explanation of what happened this morning. And let's be honest with it. Let's be honest about things in life, Jay Dunn. You are a persona of the devil himself. People wake up feeling good, wanting to feel great in the morning. And what are you doing? You're waking up with your, I don't know what to say without really getting down and dirty with you. But let's just say you wake up and you have no one except your dog. You have no one in your life right now that's showing you positivity things. All you got is the miserable, low down, lying ways of a person that really don't give a shit what she says, how she says, what she does, or what she do. You know, I watched you, Jay Dunn, sit up and post women naked pictures up on YouTube. I watched you, Jay Dunn, come up here and insult people for no damn reason at all. Are you that lonely, Jay Dunn, or do you want to be that irrelevant to where you come in and you can't even say good morning? That's what started the whole shit. Let's be honest about it, Jay Dunn. When I do my church music in the morning, or even when I do my music, period, people come up and they want to be in an atmosphere to where they're tired of hearing the fuck shit. They're tired of listening to you talk shit all the time about people. When I first started YouTube, yeah, I was trying to, as they say, fit in where I get in. But you know what? I've never been a fucking follower. I've never been one that agrees with every fucking thing that goes on in the world. But it seems like you want to be so goddamn relevant until you couldn't even come up and say good morning in the chat when other people come up there and say good morning to each other. They welcome each other and they listen to the music, Jay Dunn. They don't type fuck shit in the god doggone chat just because you tell me that I'm this old, decrepit, evil ass man and all this. I sit up and listen to you talk about old people like we're the scum of the earth. Jay Dunn, you're 30 something years old. And let me tell you one thing. When you get to be, and I say when you get to be, I should say if, because the world is so goddamn evil and wicked now that hell, even when you walk into a damn grocery store, you may not walk out. You take life for granted. We all take life for granted. But when you get older people that are able to appreciate things in life and value things in life, then you want to try to sit up and make fun of them and fun with them. Now, I don't know what your misery is and stuff, but let's tell the truth about what went on at Lady Nika's. You were up there talking for hours and hours and hours and hours I came up there to speak to Lady Nika, and what did you do? You had to butt in and say shit. Nobody can even get a word in edgewise on your ass at times. Then you turn around and want to try to make the facade seem that I'm the one. I'm always this. Girl, where did you learn your manners from? Hello, Deanna Irvin. I saw you earlier this morning, and I'm gonna drop my link later on and let everybody come up that wants to say something. But like I said, Jay Dunn, you came in this morning with the goddamn devil in your heart and the devil on your mind. Uh, I don't. Some things I can tolerate, and some things I can't. And when it comes to my music channel and the things that I do on it, I tolerate a good time. I don't tolerate all the fuck shit. I don't tolerate all the ignorant shit. You know, you're there to have a good time. And especially on Sunday, uh, that's my time to give God his praise, give God his worship, because I respect being here 73 years, Jay Dunn. I grew up with church music. Oh yeah, you're gonna come up, but you're gonna wait till I finish because I know how you're gonna run. Good morning, Gene again. I know how you're gonna try to run it. But what I'm asking you, Jay Dunn, why? And you write the questions down because I don't want you to forget them. I want them in this order. Why couldn't you have came up and said good morning and then went into the bullshit? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I see the chat. Hello, Demon. So, Jay Dunn, you're lying, Jay Dunn. You're lying. The problem is nobody, when somebody doesn't want to see things your way, you get very belligerent. You talk all crazy and stuff. Good morning, Corina. Corina. I'm going to ask you questions. You're right, Jay Dunn. I'm going to ask you questions. That's right. A simple good morning before the bullshit. Jay Dunn didn't even come. It's like she's coming in the, say, for instance, if it had been a real church service, she'd have probably walked through the door with a damn fifth of liquor in her hand. Fuck the Lord. Fuck you, Mr. William. You know what I'm saying? That's the attitude that Jay Dunn has when it comes to these YouTube streets. Good morning, Sassy Show. Good morning, everybody. I I just like I said, the devil is always fucking busy. And Jay Dunn, you remind me of that little devil, that little cartoon devil with the tail. You're always up here creating chaos. You want to speak above people and speak on people when you don't know everything there is to know. Good morning, any heartbreak. Good morning. I'm just saying, yeah, I'm gonna drop this link for you, Jay Dunn. We're gonna come up and have a conversation. The only question I want to know is when I went live this morning on my, well, which is gospel music. Gospel music. I could see if it had been secular music, you know what I'm saying, Jay Dunn? Gospel where somebody is in their feelings of loving God, being thankful that they're alive this morning. You had to bring your ass up there and say what you said. That's all, Jay Dunn. Okay? I'm gonna drop my link. Good morning, Corrine, Aqua Corrine. It's crazy. It's crazy the way we get on here. I hope I'm back. I'm sorry, y'all. I had a doggone phone call. That's another thing. I'm getting rid of these. I'm getting rid of this phone here because I'm gonna get me a computer so where I can do stuff. And when I get phone calls, I don't have uh I don't have interruptions and stuff because that's what we really need to do. But like I said, I'm going to get up here. Good morning, Demon Soul. Good morning. We're just going to sit. I'm going to try to see if I can sit and have a decent conversation with somebody that for a long time we've been getting into it because of the things that they do and say, you know, and to interrupt church music, to get up out of roll up out of bed and hit a link and post up fuck shit instead of just saying good morning to the chat. You didn't have to say good morning to me. You could say good morning to the chat. That's all. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, the link is up there. When I see you pop up, I'll get you up here. The viewers of you, good morning, dear. I thank you for coming up also this morning. And I will welcome you up here after we get through with this stuff and see what's going on. I know how you feel. I know how you feel. And I'm in your corner 100%. 100%. For people to say that we, all right, Jay Dunn, is that you? The last Dunn. Is that you, Jay Dunn? I should put up a banner, but you know what? That's how I am. I'm too goddamn trustworthy of people. Maybe that's my fault too.
It's me, William.
All right, Jay. All right, just hold on a second.
Okay.
All right, I got you up there. I see you. Go ahead, Jay.
Okay, thank you so much. So let me make sure the audio is correct because it looks like your circle is moving when I'm talking. So let me see if I need to do something with my audio.
All right.
Okay, no, that didn't work what I just did. So let me undo that. So William, I think something's gonna be wrong with the audio.
Well, go back down and come back in again, Jay Dunn. I'm not going nowhere. I'm sitting up here waiting on you.
Okay, I'll refresh it then.
Yeah, I went out and came back in, folks, too, also, just to see what's going on. I don't know no perk head right now. Right now, this is conversation is between me and Jay Dunn. Okay, the last Dunn. So could you just sit back there in the back till I bring you up, or just go back and type in the chat?
Okay, so now I
Hello,
think it's
Jay. You
better
back?
now. Yeah, it's better now.
Well, I get it better on my end. Is it better on your end?
I think so, but the only people that could tell us is your audience.
Okay, audience, can you go? How does it sound, guys?
So, William, do you want me to tell you what you need to do to try to cancel the echo?
Uh, I don't have the echo now, dear. Do you still have it?
Well, they saying it up in the chat though.
All right. They just told me to mute when you go ahead and speak, so I'll do that and go ahead on.
Okay, well, we can do it that way. So, since we are talking about your praise and worship that I interrupted, when I started fighting on the battlefield for the Lord, because of the enemy, my way got hard. Satan was trying with all of his might, trying to make me to give up on the fight. But like a good soldier, I kept my hand on the plow. No weapon formed against me is gonna prosper. I needed God to refill my cup. This is what I did. I went down to the fountain. My soul got another dip. I went way down at the fountain. Yes, I got another dip. So, William, I'm very familiar with the church. I didn't come here to interrupt you or wake up with hell in me. But either
Jay
way,
Dunn, I want to ask you one simple question.
what?
What's wrong with saying good morning first?
There is nothing wrong with saying good morning for first. Normally I put my emojis and I put a cup of coffee. That's my good morning.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's my good morning.
Okay. But this morning you decided to do what?
What I said, why are you selling the Lord short? That's what I
See,
put.
that's now. Here's my point. You being a young Jay Dunn, why do you think that I'm selling the Lord short when I was probably in church worshiping the Lord, listening to good music, praising God, even though we're all sinners in the eyes of the Lord? Okay, you have to give the Lord his dues, his worship. Uh, I when I do church on Sunday with that music, Jay Dunn, with that type of music, I don't expect the devil is always busy. The devil is always busy. Number one, let's not forget that. I don't
Uh-huh.
expect people to come in and type in some bull crap because they're still got a hangover from Saturday night, or you come in, you speak to people, then if you want to say something, you say it, and then it's left up to me to tell you, like I said before, I'll talk to you later about it. I didn't want to hear all that bull crap typing in the chat and all that. And you left. I didn't kick you out, and you haven't been blocked or anything because I double checked. And you went on your platform and you got to talking. Tell the truth, Jay Dunn. What were you up there for this morning, really? Was it to continue raising hell over God's music or what?
Absolutely not. What I just spoke about on my own platform before I ended it to come over here with you, I stated that I came and I was looking and nobody was live, but you were. So I clicked in here. I listened to several of your music selections before I even dropped down.
Yeah.
So
So
it's not like I
listening,
came here to raise hell with you.
listening to several music selections that didn't put nothing in your heart, that didn't put nothing on your soul, saying that, hey, good morning, good music, but you just decide to drop down and type what you did. Because it's gonna be in the chat. I don't erase my chats, Jay Dunn. I don't erase my chats.
No, I'm telling you what's in the chat because I'm not ashamed of what I put.
Oh, so you're not ashamed to come out on the Lord's Day and still act devilish?
How am I acting devilish by
Because
telling
that's the
you
only person in the world that hates the Lord. That's the only one adversary that
who
is
is hating
against
the Lord?
God. The devil. Oh, now wait a minute, Jay Dunn. Let's have a real conversation. Are you, or have you ever been baptized?
Yes.
Okay. How did you feel when you were baptized?
I was like 3 years old, so I don't
Oh,
remember.
well, you're a baby. See, that's my whole point. You always revert back to something when your mind is not able to comprehend the feelings and
You
the
just asked
adversary.
me about my baptism.
You
And
were
I'm
3 years
telling
old.
you that
Okay,
I was a young
okay,
child, so I
what
don't
about
remember.
after you became after 12 years old? Did you continue going to church?
Of course, my
Okay,
grandfather.
now listen,
Hold
listen to
on,
this.
hold on, William.
No, go ahead,
My,
Jay Dunn.
if you want to get to know me, then let's have a conversation. My grandfather was a pastor. My uncle, who is still living, is a pastor of two churches. So yes, I grew up in the church, William. I'm not the heathen that you think that I am.
All right, Jay Dunn. We're talking about baptism. Do you realize that Jesus was baptized at 12 years old?
I'm aware that he was baptized at 12 years old, but I'm
Okay,
also aware.
okay,
I'm
wait a
also
minute.
aware.
See that you're trying to stray off from what I'm trying to come to with you on this parable.
Look, I mean, okay, go ahead. Yes, I'm aware that
No,
he was
I'm gonna let you.
baptized at the age of 12.
Yeah. Okay. So, do you realize at 12 years old, we have within us the ability to really feel our feelings, feel our emotions, and feel our thoughts, right?
I'm aware.
Okay. So, when you get baptized at 12, do you think it's more? Do you have more feelings and awareness than you did at the age of 3?
Well, I don't think that my baptism, and let me answer that question that you said. Probably at the age of 12, you can remember the baptism, yes. But I don't think that the baptism is less significant whether you got baptized at the age of 2, 3, or 12.
Okay, that's like an education. That's like an education then to me because I would when you go to school and start learning things, you retain things, you keep things in your heart and in your soul. So I would say that, and I'm saying this, and I'm not trying to be sarcastic. At 3 years old, when you got baptized, you didn't retain in your heart and your soul the love of man. That's all I'm saying, Jay Dunn.
But of course I did.
How could you, Jay Dunn? When you said you don't, never mind. You know what? I'm gonna shoot straight from the hip.
Okay.
Why is it every time you get on here, regardless of what platform? And I thank you for coming up, Jay Dunn, because you know what, we really have got a lot of people here listening, and I thank you guys for coming up, listening to us too, trying to have this conversation. There is so much chaotic crap going on. I want to try to defend you sometimes, but you make it so hard, Jay Dunn. You make it hard.
So, William, life is a bunch of chaos. Even once we both turn off this computer, life is still a bunch of chaos.
No, it's not, Jay Dunn. It doesn't have to be chaos. Only if you want it. Do you realize when I turn off my computer, I get out when I can. I go to the park. I sit up. I look at God's wonders. I think about the world as a whole. I don't think about the last argument I had with somebody on these YouTube streets. I don't think about that stuff.
But
If you
that's
follow
not
me,
what I said, William.
wait a minute, Jay Dunn. What did you just say before that?
I said that life is chaos.
Life
Even
is
what, and I
well.
said,
Yeah,
even
go
once
ahead.
we turn off the computer, it's
Hmm.
still chaos. That's why you can turn on the news every single day and see some bullshit because life is chaos. It has nothing to do with my actions on YouTube, your actions on YouTube, or anything else. That's just what life is, and you have to go with the flow.
But here's what I'm saying. You said life is chaotic. Now, chaotic in the sense of creating chaos or chaotic because of the things that the people are doing in the world.
Well, I'm just speaking on as far as even okay, let's say that the internet didn't even exist. Guess what, William?
Oh,
As soon as you turned on your TV and watched the news, there
mm-hmm.
was still chaos going out there. Now, of course, it might not affect you, but there is still chaos. That's the only point that I'm trying to make here.
Okay. Now you want to say, well, let's face it. When I was growing up as a child, there was no internet. Okay. I watched TV, I watched the news, I watched cartoons. I did all those stuff at things as a child. Did I go out in the world and create havoc? No, I went out in the world and I had fun. I forgot about the cartoons I just looked at. I forgot about the news that I heard because growing up as a child, we're innocent of the world. We don't have anything to do like that. With that, that's an adult stuff. That's adult people's life. Now, even now with the internet, we listen to it. We hear other people on the internet. Just because we may agree to disagree, when we go out there in the world, do we take it out there with us? No, I leave this shit behind. I try to tell you, if you watch my videos or watch me, you see me out at the park. You see me out there, even going to a gay pride celebration. All those things, Jay Dunn, I leave it alone here when I'm offline. I go out and I do things. I don't sit back and think about who I'm going to jump up here on until I come up here and hear and see things that, hey, if I can agree to disagree with you about it without you cussing me out, acting a fool, telling me I'm old, I'm senile, I do this, I do that. And that's another thing. Old people, Jay Dunn, is a blessing for young people if they're willing to listen to things that happen to them in their younger lives and put it to an application and say, hey, look, I don't want to go through the shit that you went through. So here's what I'm going to try to do. And if it doesn't work out for me, then I'll move on to another direction. But you cut us old people down. Like everybody should be in a nursing home after they reach the age of 50. What is old to you, Jay Dunn? What age is old to you?
Well, honestly, first off, I want to say, William, let me start from what you said, and I waited my turn.
Mm-hmm.
So the old people here, or the older people here, are not the people of my real life. I don't know why, but for some reason, many of you all get the misconception that I don't have elderly people in my family. I don't have elderly uncles and aunties. I don't have people who love me. Hell, people even misconstrue the fact that my father is still alive and he just turned 64 in June. For whatever reason, people think that I'm a singular person up in this world, which I'm not. Now, as far as what is old, to me, whenever I go at the people who are old, I'm talking about the people who try to chastise me like I'm somebody that they need to chastise. I did not come from your lineage. You can chastise your lineage and that'll be okay. And they will let you do it because they are yours. But I'm not anybody's child. I'm not anybody's niece or nephew. I'm not anybody's anything up on here. So when you speak to me on here, I would hope that you would speak to me as an adult. When you start trying to speak to me in a way that's condescending, then I'm going to bring up your age and I'm going to let you know, hey, at your age, I don't think that you should be talking to me in this way because I am not your child. I'm not your son. I'm not your daughter. And that's a fair thing to say, William.
Okay, Jay Dunn. Now, you said that you have, I ain't going to say elderly, you have older people in your family. Your uncle is what you said, 63? 60
No,
something?
I said my father,
Yeah.
just turned 64, William.
Okay, well, bless him, bless him. He's been around a long time because my dad died at the age of 61. Uh, what I'm getting at, Jay Dunn, is that do they ever tell you, hey, honey, you kind of rough out there? Or do they even listen to you on YouTube?
I don't share any of my YouTube with my family because
Well,
why?
see, let me stop right here. Where you don't, and I'm an older gentleman. I have daughters that are older than you. I do share with them. And let me tell you, they get on my behind about it because they say, Daddy, you ain't got to be out there arguing with people. But I let them know that, hey, I have an opinion too. And if I speak my opinion, if a younger person doesn't like it, so be it. But I'm just asking you this because it seems like to me, if anybody in your family that has been around and older than you would critique you and say something that they didn't agree upon you with, that you would get to arguing with them about it. That's all I'm asking. Do you talk to your family members and do they talk to you about it? You say they don't know nothing about you being on YouTube? Well, okay. All I'm asking is, Jay Dunn, why do you think that everybody's against you?
Well, I can only go based on what you displayed to me, but I don't believe that everybody is against me. And one thing that I have to also point out, William, is it's a lot of my older relatives who go to bingo. They don't contact me to let me know what's going on bingo. That's something that they do to pass time. YouTube is the same thing for me. So why would I invite them into this atmosphere of people who are so negative? For them to be able to come and look at my channel and see people come and cuss me out, people want to say all these types of things about me. Meanwhile, they go to the bingo hall, they don't let me know about it because, hey, that's just what you're doing to pass the time.
Okay. So, in other words, you're not included in a lot of things that your family members do. So, you go ahead and do your own thing.
That's not what I said. What I said was there are past times that people do. It's plenty of my relatives who go and do bingo. They love to do the Mardi Gras. Even back where I'm from, we have casinos all over the south of Mississippi. They go to
Hmm.
the casinos. They don't let me know they every move at the casino, and I don't expect them to.
But when they do you are you joyous about the occasion, or that's all I'm asking, Jay Dunn? Because it seems like to me, really, as a father, as an older man, as a grandpa, great grandpa. Yes, I'm a great grandpa and a great great grandpa. Some of the things in life you have been left out in. But when a person wants to reel you in and try to show you, hey, it's okay, but you don't need to do it like that, you want to get pissed off about it.
There are
Now,
some things.
and people,
Hold on, wait a second,
I'm
because
going to
you
talk to the chat right quick. I'm going to talk to the chat right quick. I can see you guys. I'm not going to comment to none of you guys when you're putting up negative stuff to Jay Dunn or even to me as that goes. Right now, we're trying to have a one on one, and I would appreciate you guys if you would listen not just to me, but to Jay Dunn and her feelings and her thoughts about people because it's not with just me, it's about with everybody else on YouTube. And once again, I want to thank all you guys for coming up and listening to this uh, conversation and trying to just see that, hey, we're two different individuals. We have different things. Go ahead on, Jay Dunn. I'm just
and so what I have to say is no, you are saying that I don't know about my family. I don't know how you drew that conclusion. I'm aware of my family. I'm aware of our vacations. I've gone on the vacations. Whatever is planned, the family reunion, all of that, I'm invited to, William. So I don't know where you got that from. As far as Kimberly Black said, that's interesting that your family doesn't know about your YouTube channel. Not this one. Now I do have a YouTube channel that my family is involved in, but not this one because this YouTube channel stemmed from somebody doing a mock funeral on a relative. There is no way that I would have ever introduced any of my relatives to this YouTube channel for them to come in 2018 when I started doing content regularly, for them to have to see that. I'm sorry if you think that my family doesn't want me because I did not expose them to this. No, I exposed myself to it, but they don't need to see any of this because why?
Hmm. That's a So you say they don't watch this channel that you created. So what was your channel created for in the end? Was it to create for you to say things that you don't normally want your family to say?
William, my channel has been created since 2007.
But Jay John, let's face it, you've had more than one channel now, dear.
I'm talking about my main channel. That's what I thought we were talking about.
Okay,
My
is this your main channel, number one?
Correct. Yeah, and it's
Okay,
been
so
created
they
since
don't watch your
2007.
main. They watch your main channel, then, right?
They do not watch my main channel.
Okay, so the channel that they do watch doesn't have anything to do with when you're up here on this channel. Period.
Oh, yeah, it's a totally different channel.
Okay, but what I'm asking you, Jay Dunn, and here's what I want to know: do you think we're in competition because? And I'm gonna be honest with you about it. You're a female that loves women, and I'm a male that loves women. Do you think we're in competition over the women here on YouTube? Honestly.
Absolutely not, William.
Okay, now here, okay, Jay Dunn. Here's where I'm going to ask you. When I come into defense of women, you call me a Captain Saberho. But when you get up there on YouTube and dishonor women, and I say something about it, what? How does that? Am I being a Captain Saberho too? Because I would think that a woman that loves women would honor and respect them. That's all I'm saying.
Well, and I would have to tell you, a man that loves women should also honor and respect them. And we got your whole fiance out here, Natasha, and you done been fucking her up left and right.
No, I haven't been fucking her up left and right, Jay Dunn. That's the misconception that you have. Me and my fiance Natasha, we do have our ups and downs. We do have our disagreements. She doesn't think that I should be on here trying to encourage people that don't give a fuck about me. Okay? I get into an argument with her. I'm old, yes, so what? I want to see people get along. I don't want to sit up there and argue with people on YouTube. I don't want to sit up there and cuss women out, call them a bunch of bitches and hoes because they call me old man. I got worms. I ain't got sense. I try to refrain from that. But it seems that that's why people, when you change, when you say you're tired of it, you want to get out there and show people, hey, look, if you get out there and say I'm doing this from now on, fuck you. Okay? Prove it. Bring up the receipts, put them up there on the screen, and let it be. You want to know if I've been arrested? Fuck yeah, I've been arrested more than once in my life. Have I spent time in prison? Yes, but I've also worked in a fucking prison. So I know the ins and outs. I know the things that men do. I know the things that go on within the prison system. Okay? So when you try to get up there and shame me saying that I went to prison because I beat a woman, you better go back deeper than that and check my records. It wasn't about women. It was about protecting women. It was about going out there busting heads. It was being arrested about trying to march in the civil rights era, getting arrested, thrown in jail. So all that shit that people antiquate and put on YouTube just to try to make themselves look big and good, I'm not for that. I'm not for that. If I tell
So,
you,
William, can I interrupt?
yeah, go ahead. You do that all the time. That's what I'm saying. Go ahead.
Oh, well, I asked because I thought that was the right thing to do. But yes, you did march and do what you had to do in the civil rights movement.
And
And
which
thank
doesn't mean a damn thing to nobody, right?
well, no, I was just about to say thank you for doing that for me.
You're welcome, my dear, and I can say you're welcome. But here's another thing I
But
want
I'm
to
not
ask you.
finished, William.
Okay, go ahead.
So, but the thing is, I'm also in the gay rights movement. So even though the civil rights movement that is nulling, well, I wouldn't say it's null and dead because we still have stuff going on. But what
Well,
I'm saying,
let me ask you
another
this question,
question.
Jay
Hold
Dunn,
up,
right
wait.
quick.
I'm
I'm
still
gonna ask you this:
talking,
do you
William.
think the gay rights movement is not a civil rights movement?
All I'm saying is that's the movement that I've been working on since I've been an adult. So you cannot question me about the fact that you got done XYZ in the movement that was in your generation. In my generation, it was my gay rights. And I've made myself very present on social media and off of social media about it. So all I'm saying is, look, we have more in common than what you think. You want to say that I'm trying to attack you about what you did for the civil rights movement. No, I thank you for that. But for me as a gay woman, a lesbian, there is more that I have to do. And for you not to understand my actions, that's fine. You don't have to because I'm doing what I need to do currently.
Jay Dunn, do you think that I don't understand that there are people out here that hate you for being gay? Do you not understand that? Do you realize how many times have I told you I have a grandson who's gay? I'm proud of him, and I will go to bat for his ass anytime, anywhere, and any place. But there's also a thing that when you do foolish stuff, people don't listen to you.
William, before anything foolish was done, you didn't want to listen to me, period.
Jay Dunn, I listened to you, but when you were doing things, it was still foolish on these YouTube streets. We're not talking about out there in the world. We're talking about here on YouTube. So you said when you turn this apparatus off, there's chaos out there in the streets. Okay, you still got chaos because there's some people out there in the streets and in the world don't like you because you're a lesbian, Jay Dunn. And I'm letting you know I'm not one of those. But I don't like you when you try to go against the women that you care to love so much.
But it's the same reason why you went against Natasha.
I didn't go against Natasha, and please don't bring her name up because this is not about her, me, or her. Okay, it's about you and I. You being a gay
Well,
woman.
if it's
Natasha is
about
not a
you
gay
and I,
woman.
wait a second,
Okay,
William.
so don't please. I'm asking you nicely. Don't bring up Natasha because she's not. It doesn't have anything to do with our conversation.
And
Okay,
I agree
I
with
didn't
that,
bring
but
up. Okay, I didn't. Wait a minute. I'm gonna show you. I don't bring up your past loves or your present love that you have. Okay.
okay, and I
All right.
agree with that, William.
All
But what
right
I'm
then. So
saying,
don't try to shade and don't try to shade Natasha because that is a woman that I love and I care about. And Jay Dunn, I will get belligerent. Okay. So please don't do that again. That's all
I,
I'm asking you as a grown ass man to another, as you say, grown ass man. All right.
and
Leave
that's
the
fine,
women
William.
out of
I
it.
don't, William. I do not mind respecting your wishes. All I'm trying to say is when you start talking about certain things about me and women that I deal with, I could say the same thing about you.
But here's what I'm saying, Jay Dunn. You're throwing her name out there. I didn't throw any woman's name that you had dealings with. Okay.
Well, I guess maybe we should just have the conversation and leave the women that we've dealt with out of it.
Okay. So the conversation is, why did you get mad with me the other day? Really, really get mad with me? Is it because I asked you to speak to someone and then then you throw another person in the conversation? When I came up there, I said good morning to everybody. That's another thing. I did say good morning even to you, Jay Dunn. and I wanted to speak to Lady Nika. Now let's be honest with it. Who? Why did you get mad with me when I asked to speak to Lady Nika, and I asked you, could I speak to Lady Nika? Could you be quiet?
The reason why I felt I took offense to that is because whenever you came, you asked that question, I was on mute. Then
You.
Faith entered,
Hmm.
hold on. Then Faith
Hmm.
interjected. Faith said her part. But there were a couple of things that Faith said that I wanted to correct for you because you were the new person on the panel. So I wanted to correct that, and you allowed Faith to speak. But when it was my turn to speak, and I was like, well, wait a second, William, let me just say this. You assumed that I was trying to attack you, and I wasn't. All I was doing was trying to correct something that Faith said to you before you got into how you felt about the situation. Because
Well,
I didn't. I
do you remember what Faith said to me? Do you remember what she said to me?
you would have to jog my memory.
No, Oh, no, no, no. I'm not jogging your memory. I'm just
Well,
asking
I
you, do
mean,
you
if you would
remember
like,
what she said?
I'm on my second device, William. So if you want me to pull it up and we could replay it and talk about it,
Hey, shoot your shot. Shoot your best shot, Jay. Shoot your
well,
best shot.
do you think that
I
Lady
don't
Nika
mind
going to
you.
get
I don't
upset?
mind you. I don't look. I can't speak for Lady Nika. Why don't you call Lady Nika or ask Lady
No,
Nika? Can
I'm
you play it?
asked.
Don't ask me. Ask Lady Nika. Can you do it?
I don't talk to Lady Nika, but
Well, if
you
you
and
don't talk to
Shaba.
her, then you ought to know. No, no. And I'm not giving you permission to play anybody else's stuff here while we're talking, especially from their platform, if you can't get their permission.
Okay, so then if I cannot, I don't have contact with Lady Nika like that.
Yeah,
But all I'm saying is, you asked me a question, and
yeah,
I'm
but see,
telling you that
you can't remember what was said or what was done unless you play somebody else's content, right?
no, you and Lady Nika be like Shaba, baby, and all this stuff.
Well, that's a greetings that we have between us, and you don't know the story behind the Shabbat thing either. That's my point. You want to make like that's something derogatory or something crazy? No, no, it's nothing. Shaba is something that you don't know about how, why it came about, or anything. So, do you want me to explain that to you, or do you have your concept of what it means?
Well, whatever it means, that's not in question currently.
Well, if it's not in question, why even bring the Shaba stuff up? Everybody knows I say Shaba to
Because
Lady
I
Nika.
thought that you would have the permission of Lady Nika already.
No, dear. See, that's another misconception that you have. I am not in contact with everybody on YouTube. I don't sit behind the scenes and talk to everybody on YouTube. Like I've said, I've been a lone wolf all my life. I'm not a follower. I listen. That doesn't mean I have to do it. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I listen. Just because I listen doesn't don't mean I got to agree with everything you say or do.
And I'm okay with that. But I guess let's move along, William, because the only way that we could dead end the current thing that we were debating about is if I played Nika's video. But if you say that I have to reach out to her, which I've never reached out to her behind the scenes ever,
Well,
ever.
well,
So
that's the
I don't have
concept
the
you.
access.
Well, see,
I don't
you
have the
just said
access.
earlier to me that if I could reach out, no, I don't reach out. I don't have their number, anybody's number like that. I go up on their platform, I talk to them, and I'll ask them if I could do it. I don't, and that's another thing. I don't really play other people's content. I don't try to get up here and belittle nobody with somebody else's content. That's another thing. Their personal work is their personal work. My personal work is mine. So, and I'm not with the, as you might say, the young modern age people are posting up little cartoons or pictures and all that, like subliminally suggesting that this is this person. No, that's not me, because that's the way propaganda starts. That's propaganda. If you know anything about propaganda, that's how Hitler won Germany with propaganda, posting pictures and saying things about people and doing this and that. And the people started following them. They got a regime behind them. And the people that really, really believe this is the way it should be started slaughtering innocent people in their country. So far as I'm concerned, when people put up those subliminals and pictures of people on there and people are visually looking, visualization has a lot to do with getting over the way a person can reach out to other people. But if they sit up and try to just normally talk with them, that visualization is not there. I can't picture you sitting in a funky, and I said it like that, funky football uniform, because you know why? That's the visualization I get every time a certain content creator, and I'm going to talk about him, Sir King, posts you up there and talks about you. I don't like that shit, Jay Dunn. I don't like it at all. And
But
then the things that, but wait a
I've been
minute,
a
honey.
football
And
player
do
in
you
my life.
remember? But yeah, that's a day in your life. But do you remember what you said
No,
about
not
your
a day in my life. Not a day in my life. I said that's what I've been in my life.
right? Right, and I admire you for that. And believe it or not, I do. Women's football has always been around. It's been around, but a lot of people don't know that. And then you were proud of yourself, but the words that go along with that visualization, you see what I'm saying? The things that you said when that picture is up there, that's what sticks and resonates in a person's mind. Do you recall what you say on it? Did you say it on it?
Well, I know that whenever Sir King first put the picture, he was talking about me having knock knees.
But you said, so what? You got knock knees. What else did you say, dear? That's your voice now.
I'm a William. William,
Yes,
you are not.
yes.
I'm sorry, you are not backing me into a corner.
I'm not trying to back. See, that's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to back you in a corner. You think just because I asked you questions, I'm trying to back you in a corner? I'm
What? But
asking you the
I
simple
already answered
question.
the question that
No, you.
you asked me what was said with the picture. I said that Sir King was trying to make it like I had knock knees.
But then you
And
say so what? You have knock knees.
correct.
And what else did you say, dear? I'm asking you that.
I said that I was still a football player, knock knees and all.
Okay. All right. All right. So, but anyway, Jay Dunn,
Well, go ahead and replay
anyway,
it. If
no,
it's
I'm not gonna replay it because that's his property. That's his property. I'm not fucking with nobody else's property. You see what I'm saying, Jay Dunn? I don't do that. I don't do that.
I don't understand what me playing football with knock knees have to do with this
I was talking
conversation.
about the visualization, the way that things are done here on YouTube, and the way that it leaves impressions on people's minds. Instead of them really talking about it, we want to always throw up a subliminal of that person. You see what I'm saying? When I hear you on your even on your platform, and I do listen to you, Jay Dunn, I don't want to have the visualization of you sitting up in your football uniform talking shit behind a mic. No, I like the picture that you got up now. You got the little dimples, and you got hair dreads, but now I realize that you cut your hair. You cut your hair short, which is cool. But the visualization that people leave with other people about things that go on YouTube. You are a creative writer, right?
Correct.
The visualization also goes along with writing, also, right?
Correct. Because you
Okay,
have
that's what I'm saying. So when we talk on here and they put up visualization, that also makes people think, well, hell, she looked like that all the time, or she acts that way all the time. You see what I'm saying?
but it's too many women that I've dealt with on here that lets you know that I don't look like that all the time. So William, please give me
Well,
some.
okay, Jay Dunn, I give you all the props in the world that you don't look like that all the time. Okay? I'm just wondering, why are you so angry when people ask you, Jay Dunn, could you let me speak? And that's basically what happened. That's basically what happened.
I don't get angry when people ask to speak, William. Look, we have almost been an hour right here,
Well,
but
it's
I
my
don't get
platform.
angry.
If you got to go, dear, I'm okay with it. But at least I
What
try
I'm
to.
saying, all I'm saying right now is I don't get mad about
Hmm.
people saying anything towards me. I just would like for it to be truthful, William.
Okay, so let's talk about the truth.
Okay.
The truth of the matter is, Jay Dunn, you are angry at me for what?
Because you came at me at Sir King's when I had not said anything to you.
What did I come at you about, Jay Dunn?
Because myself and Miss Cruiser got into it over there.
Okay, now, isn't Miss Cruiser a woman?
But again, what I
No,
just
I'm
said,
asking you a question, Jay Dunn. Yes or
she's a
no, or
woman, but
whatever.
so am I.
Okay, now, no, hold Jay Dunn, hold Jay Dunn. At the time I first met you, what were you calling yourself?
I always say that I'm a grown ass man, but
All
William,
right then. All right, hold on. Let me finish that out. You're a grown ass man. I'm a grown ass
right?
man. That happens too, and like I reiterate, like women, just like you like women. You were getting
What did
into
I
it.
do
Wait a
to
minute, Jay
you?
Dunn. Jay
What
Dunn.
did I do to
Jay, I
you,
can't
William?
see Jay Dunn. You're not listening. You want to interrupt.
I am listening,
Oh,
but
okay.
I'm still
Well, all
trying
right. You
to
got
figure
into it
out
with
what
a
did I
wait a
do
minute.
to
You
you.
got into it. You got into it with a woman, right? You got into it with a woman.
But what did
I'm a
I do
man.
to
You're a grown
you?
ass man. I think that even a grown ass woman man shouldn't talk to a woman the way that you do.
What did I do to you?
I said that a grown ass woman man should not talk to a
So
woman the
you
way that you
still
do.
can't say what I did to you though.
You pissed me off, Jay Dunn, because you had no respect for Miss Cruiser. Period.
But if me and Miss Cruiser have
I
history
don't
that you
matter.
don't know about,
I'm gonna Jay Dunn,
William,
I would come to your defense even if someone came up there and disrespected you. Now tell me who else out there disrespects you, and I can make a list and get up here and say, don't y'all fuck with Jay Dunn no more, because we're both, I can say, well, hell, we're both in the same competition. But I don't see it like that. I see you as a woman. You just so happen to be a lesbian. But that doesn't give you the right to go out there and disrespect women because you're a woman.
but that doesn't give you the right as a man to try to tell me any motherfucking thing. But you do it.
See, Jay Dunn, I'm not trying. See, that's the point. I try to tell you something how I feel about things and that are right, and you say that I don't have a fucking well. See, there you go. Right there shows me that I shouldn't even try to protect you as a woman, as a lesbian woman, Jay Dunn,
How you trying to
because
protect
you just
me?
got offended.
How are you
Because,
trying to
like
protect
I
me
said,
when
you
you
give
get
me a
mad
list.
about me talking to everybody else?
I don't get mad about you talking to everybody. I get mad about you talking about women under their clothes.
But even still,
The
how
way
are
that
you
you cuss
trying to
at them,
protect
the way
me?
that you cuss at them, Jay Dunn, it don't have to be that way all the time. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't have to be that way all the time. You didn't have to post that young lady's picture up there on YouTube like that. You didn't have to even end up in court with somebody because why? What does the end means to that? That only hurted you, Jay Dunn. I wish I could have spoke to you about it. Say, Jay Dunn, please don't do it. Because it only leads to your downfall, not their downfall. You see what I'm saying? I know what it is to be on paper, Jay Dunn. Okay? I know what it is to be angry with the world because I'm on paper. But let me reiterate, I put my own goddamn self on paper, just like you put your own self on paper. So let's not make it because what somebody else did. Let's make it because of what we did, what we done.
Well, you
I
know,
listen, I
William.
listen to you, and it's wrong for everybody. And I'm telling these people right now, I got 200 and something people here on YouTube. It is wrong for them to every time you come up on a platform, y'all get into it, which is mostly you and the women. The first thing they holler about, they're gonna call your probation officer. But I gotta reiterate, Jay Dunn. You're the one on probation. You're the one that has to watch what you say out here on these YouTube streets because they can and will be held against you if somebody takes you back to court, dear. That's all I'm saying. You could say something without being so facetious or threatening that you know a person's
So
name or
again,
you
so
know
you care
this.
about me. You care about me and my safety and my well being.
I do, Jay Dunn. I do. I'm just asking you, could you just tone your rhetoric down a little bit? And that's not painting you in a corner, dear. That's to keep you from making the mistakes that I made when I was your age in my 30s, even made them in my 40s. Okay?
And so, William, what I'm telling you is that if I know that I've not harmed anybody,
Jay Dunn, you harmed yourself. You have harmed yourself.
William, I was talking.
Yeah, I know I'm old, folks. Go ahead, dear.
Thank you. Because I've not harmed any of these people on here. If they want to be malicious against me, so be it. So be it. You know what I'm sick of is trying to explain to these people how I've not done a disservice to them, even though they see it time and time again. But one of those things that I realize is that if people think that they're doing a disservice to me, they're going to continue to do it. So keep doing whatever you want to do. But I'm still going to be on here to talk my shit. And especially once all is said and done, you cannot fault me for coming after your ass. Because I think it's problematic that even with me having conversations with other people on here, people want to get offended and do all this stupid ass bullshit that gets them nowhere. What I'm not going to do is allow people to try to put me up in a box or paint me in a corner. I'm not doing that at all.
Well, let me ask you this. How many times have you been painted in a corner in your life?
Well, not that often.
So you never had any struggles or any conflict with anybody?
No.
Hmm. Perfect life. No struggles, no conflict. Keep on living, dear. That's all I'm saying. Keep on living. You shall, you will, and it will come to pass. That's all I'm saying.
Well, it
But
sounds like you trying to
you're
pray. Hold
welcome.
on, William. It
Mhm.
sounds like you trying to pray that up on me, which I
Pray
don't think.
what? I know. No, see, that's another. You just went and started thinking negative. You can't not. You can't accept that somebody's trying to give you something positive. Everything somebody tries to say to you or give to you is always negativity. Say that wasn't negativity, Jay Dunn.
What
That was me as a old
that's
man,
wrong.
look talking to a young woman that's even way younger than his daughters. And I like I said, you bring kids and all that up. My kids are well educated. They have good jobs. That's another thing. I heard you talk about them. They're well. One is a travel agency, beautiful enough to be a model if she had decided to go into that kind of work. My other daughter has been in nursing for the last 22 and a half years, Jay Dunn, taking care of old people like me, taking care of maybe some old people in your family. They do have careers.
Well, and
And
my
just
father and
because,
my
and
father's
just
daughter,
because,
my father's daughter,
well,
William.
yeah, but what I'm saying is to you, Jay Dunn, you brought them up in your conversation with Deanna. Okay. They do have careers, and even and let me reiterate to people out there. Even if you go out and throw newspapers for a living, that is a career. That's what you want to do. That's what makes you happy. You do it. I don't knock anybody out for what kind of job they have, because even a goddamn street sweeper or janitor is
Oh,
important to this world. Because if they weren't out there, then you think of the kickbacks or the downfalls that this world would be at. If you didn't have nobody out there to pick up your trash, who in the hell is going to pick it up?
well,
That's
so
my point.
William, can we deter from your point just briefly?
The
Because I
deter
want to
from my
address
point,
something.
Jay Dunn, I'm trying to get to your point to where you say that you don't care
Well,
about what
no,
you don't care about.
I'm asking you if we can deter from your point for me to address your chat, which I've been up here for like an
Oh,
hour.
okay. You know what, Jay Dunn? I asked them not to. Go ahead. That you got the floor. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. So, Ness, please stop all these lies. I was born in 86. You were born in 88. I'm only 2 years older than you, Ness. Even when you want to lie to your entire audience to act like you are younger, you are not. The fact that you have this child that you've not done anything with, the fact that you've had
All
all these
right, all right.
drugs
Jay
in
Dunn,
you.
Jay Dunn, Jay Dunn, Jay Dunn, Jay
Wait,
Dunn.
wait a second, William. Wait a second,
Jay
William,
Dunn.
because
Can
I'm
I
not
ask
going to
you
be
something?
long.
Can I ask you one thing? One thing and one thing only.
William,
Please,
you cut
please,
me
Jay
off
Dunn,
when I'm
Jay
talking about
Dunn.
something
No,
else.
I'm not. No, Jay Dunn, Jay Dunn. Please leave children out of it. Please just address Ness. Never. We all know Ness's story. We all know about the child. Leave the child out of it, Jay Dunn. Please talk to Ness
Well,
about what
I
she's
am
doing.
talking to Ness,
Well,
but you
don't bring
cannot
her child up in it, Jay
William,
Dunn.
William, look, I am addressing what was said up in the chat. If you were not reading the chat, then you wouldn't understand what I'm addressing. So until you
Did she
read
bring up
your
anything
chat,
about you? Jay Dunn. Number one, I know you don't have children. I know you might have had stepchildren and all that. I'm asking you, please don't bring anything about how another parent raised their child, if they lost their child or nothing else. This here is a conversation for adults to adults, not about their kids, not about their children.
well, simply, okay, I'll leave the kid out of it, but simply, Ness, you know you were born in 88. I was born in 86. So please stop with this foolishness where you trying to come at me. There is no need for you to come at me. No, on the 26th, Ness will be 35. And I'm still going to be 36. So what? The fact is, the bitch lied. But if y'all want to take a liar, then so be it. But I'm not going to sit here and have a conversation, which I thought was a very decent conversation, William. But I'm not going to have this bitch lying up in your comments about what, her age or she's so much younger and stuff like that. Please, Ness. Please. Your mama just turned 69. What in the hell would a 69-year-old be doing with a 29-year-old if we believe the lie that you told? The fact is, we don't believe the lie that you told.
J Dub, we all lie on here. Okay.
I'm aware, but but if
well,
but if I
well,
can but if I can corner somebody up in their lie, William, you should be able
well,
to allow me to do it.
haven't you been cornered up in your lies?
I don't lie on here.
You don't?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. You're a perfect angel. You don't lie about anything. You never
I
told
never
me
said I was
untruth.
perfect, but you cannot
Uh,
call me a liar. Now that's
well,
the thing. Not being a liar does not being that does not equate to being perfect.
so now we're getting philosophical, right? Oh, yeah. Let me speak to Uncle Claude. Hello, Uncle Claude. Thank you for being up here and listening to the conversation. Uh, Now, let me address somebody. Bish, wish you Wish you would at William. You're chastising clout 101. Just my thoughts.
And William, I gave you 1 hour
I don't know what
without
that
any
is.
type of payment. So I'm done with this conversation. But you have a
Uh,
great day.
yeah. Jay Dunn, you have a great day too, y'all. I know what that's all about. Hey, no, nobody cashed at me to drop you, Jay Dunn, and I wouldn't do that anyway. Okay, dear. Once again, thank you all for coming up. I will. Thank you all for coming up. No, it wasn't cloud chasing. It was just trying to get get me and Jay Dunn's stuff out the way. I see right now it's going to be hard, but I love you, Jay Dunn, and whatever you might think out there. Everybody in the world is not against you; they're just against your ways. And this morning, when you came into worship service with the devil in your heart, as I said, that it had to be spoken upon. So with that being said, I'd like to thank all you guys for coming up, listening to me today. I will probably try to get to you this evening or later on today and play some good, relaxing music and soulful music. Once again, Uncle Claw's channel. Thank you for being here, Miss Bernadette. Thank you, Heatwave. Also, Miss Jean Hulk. Thank you. Always up here. Uh, I will read some of the chat, but a lot of it's negativity, and I wasn't trying to be negative. I was just trying to get something said and something done. Sassy, I seen you. Thank you, darling, for being here. I will be over to see you or listen to you whenever you get on or when you come on. To everybody else out there in YouTube's land, whatever you may think about me, Jay Dunn, just remember we all have to live in this world together. It's hard. It's getting harder. It's getting harder. Ms. Bernadette, thank you. I don't know if Sassy's going on live later. Thank you, Voodoo. Thank you. Like I said, I'm tired. I'm just tired. I want to. There you go. There you go. Letitia, good morning. Thank you for coming up, dear. You guys can always do a replay of this craziness, but I do want to thank Jay Dunn once again for dropping in, and let's she said my prayers for her. Let's all pray for each other. Let's don't make it about one particular person. Let's all pray for each other that we can come to an understanding. And this is only, like I said, there's no friends on YouTube, but we can all, if we could all get along as a cultural, cultural people. That's all. That's all. Liz, hi. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so very much. Yes, throw them rainbows up, dear. Throw them rainbows up. Even that helps. That helps. Thank you, dangerous quiz woman. I gotta subscribe to that. I gotta see if that's for real. I thank you all. Big Man TV. Big Man TV. Oh, I'll be up there to see you one day, big man. Okay. Are you jealous? Uh, like I said, I'm getting too old to really argue with you, but I will give you some points. I'll give you some pointers. See you later, Miss Bernadette. Thank you for coming up once again. Thank all you guys. It wasn't about trying to post whip. It's just I was just trying to figure out if I could get into her heart, into her soul, and just say be a little better with things. Don't let everything upset you. Don't let everything make you crazy. See you guys later. Thank you once again. Bye-bye.